towards the end, the central relationship of Peter's life last season was Peter and Walter, and being thrown into this relationship that he didn't really want to have with his father, and then slowly getting drawn in and getting closer and closer and closer. And I think by the end of last season, this very reluctant character had decided that, you know what, I actually do want to be here. And even though I probably wouldn't say it out loud, I think I might love my father. And when I say love my father, is that giving away too much? God. Did I just make an incest joke in front of 1,000 people? I feel like we all know each other so much better now. So yes, I think you get into a lot of those portions of Peter's past, but I think more than anything, for the first time in his life, he has a sense of purpose. The war is coming. He knows that he's on the front line, and he finally feels like he's doing something worthwhile. And his family is what he wants to protect now. He's becoming a man over the process of discovering his heart. Okay, let me just try something. Rutabaga. Awesome. I can't stop that.
Alright, this is for you and Anna. There's obviously been some looks that Olivia has given Peter to suggest there may be something more there than just, platonic relationship. But would romance muck up this drama?
Yeah. Sorry, what was the other?
Is this a question for John?
This is, for the actors, and then of course, you guys tag team.
The end of the question.
Well,
romance muck up the drama?
Actually, I think I should be asked that question. Thank you very much. Well, Peter did speak to me about it, and I said it was absolutely out of the question. Working relationships are very poorly affected by this sort of thing. We've managed to keep him away from this one. And so I've made it a rule of the lab, no infatuation with Olivia, or, can I say her name? Aspro. And send a memo to the writers. No sexual relationship with Olivia, please.
You also have to...
You got that memo, didn't you? Thank you. So that's the reason, friends. That way we'll keep you guys guessing for another few years. But mind you, I'm talking about my sex life.
If you've noticed a particularly terrified look on Jean's face lately,
That's awful.
exactly. Oh well, I tried.
all right, here's a character question for John. Your character is so entertaining with all of his tics, and you say the damnedest things at the most inappropriate times. How do you humanize this man without turning him into a cartoon?
Okay. I think that's a serious question, wasn't it? Yeah. I can't do it seriously. I don't know. I don't find Walter that unusual. I don't know what that says about me. And most of the people I know are a little bit strange too. Present company not accepted. I try to play him truthfully. I try to play every moment truthfully. Walter never tries to be funny. Walter doesn't know he's funny. And in some ways that kind of makes it easier because he just acts or reacts or responds to things. And I'm not saying this just because they're sitting here. These guys give me some amazing material to work with. Suggestions, hints, words that come out and they just feed into this situation week after week after week. And it came from the initial creative thoughts of three men sitting here, two of them, JJ and Alex and Roberto, who created this character. So credit where it's due. They created this character and then they feed in the lines. And then I'm blessed. It feels a little bit like a love fest, but I'll say it anyway. I work with amazing actors. So if I deliver something in a certain way, their reaction is what makes it work as much as my delivery, and I thank them every day because they deliver that. So it's like a big team thing.
Jessica, is your role to be the primary Walter Wrangler? What is a... Do you do a lot of wrangling?
Rutabaga? I don't think that is her primary job. I think that is what incites a lot of laughter when you're watching the show. I mean, I think it's a really good source of great humor, to see that. But she has a really important role in this team of people that she's working with. She's obviously very smart. She has to be smart, and she has to be trustworthy for her to be in this lab dealing with this really intense subject matter and these frightening cadavers, that are on lab tables with intestines coming out of them. That's not a job for every, FBI agent. So she's there for a very specific reason, and I think that she stayed there because of her relationship and her connection to Walter, because she starts learning all this stuff from him. Initially it was a job, and this is what she was told to do, and that's why she's there. And it turns out that she's learning all this stuff that she never thought that she would learn. She never wanted to be a scientist. She never thought that was going to be her path, and here she is, and it turns out that she's really good at it. I think she's pretty good at everything. Just another. So Astrid is a jack of all trades, a jackus, if you will.
All right, 2 questions before we jump to the crowd. Okay, as we begin season 2, can you summarize what's at stake, what we should know going into the new season? This for the producers. Set us up.
Yes.
What's at stake?
I think accountability for everybody. Everyone is in a way taking a slight degree of focus and control of their lives in a way that they weren't before, and now they're going to be responsible for those decisions in a way that, the stakes in a show that has a big mythology, it can always be about the world and it coming war and all that stuff, but the biggest stakes are always the most personal ones, where you are now going to be responsible. You can't hide behind anybody, as everyone finds their role in this team and pursues their own truth. And facing yourself and facing your journey is kind of the highest stakes you can face if you're willing to do it honestly.
And a war is coming. I think in many ways all of these characters, the first season was about identifying a threshold and crossing it. And as both of these guys just said, this season is about maturation. When you go from childhood to adulthood and you start making decisions for yourself and choices, there's a lot at stake.
And what side will you go on? When you learn things that are unpleasant, you have to take a side, and that's why some people don't want to learn things that are unpleasant about the world. And everyone who chooses to go forward and face what they might find out also faces the responsibility of taking a side. And that's something maybe we all go through. I don't know. Deep.
All right, one more I want to ask this before somebody else did. Can you talk about why you located William Bell's office in the Twin Towers?
We wanted to represent starkly, immediately, and visually another reality. And somebody threw out the idea of, oh, he's in the Twin Towers, and immediately we said, spectacular, and then we said, oh my God, we can't do it. We didn't want to be disrespectful, and then we thought, what better way to represent another version of ourselves that is both in some ways better and in some ways worse than the Twin Towers are still standing.
All right, I'm sorry, go ahead. Did you have...
No, it's just that's the icon. Everybody knows that. It was such a tragic event, and it's like something that was it was a tremendous amount of respect, which is just, you looked at it and went, I know that building does not stand any longer, so we're not here. And it sort of, talks to the coming war and what's at stake for our characters in the future.
How did the studio and the network react? Was there
They had the same reaction, which was exactly, I'm not kidding, we sat there and went, oh, great, oh, no, maybe, oh, no, this is, no. It was the same reaction. We went through the whole thing. It was tough. It was a very tough decision. We think it was the right one in the end because it's, It was impactful and I think respectful.